To our detriment.
There's a very good example of this at the moment, which is for all that is written and said about Eskom, described by business as the greatest crisis facing the country. There's talk of corruption, state capture as the reasons, lack of planning, lack of maintenance. But no one has interrogated what was perhaps the most prominent of policies driven by the government, proudly adopted by Eskom, which was employment equity in that organisation and BE procurement.
Yeah.
And what that suggests, it should at least be interrogated whether those policies contributed to the crisis. That does not happen at all.
Yeah.
Is to show that the gatekeepers of opinion and ideas are not yet at a point themselves where they feel sufficiently up against it to be bold enough to explore some of the possible reasons for the problem.
But in a way it's worse than that, because Gwen Ngwenya, for example, wrote lucidly about employment equity and procurement being a major cause of the problems at Eskom. She published that. She published it on Politics Web. We know that other media houses have noticed that, have picked that up, know that she makes that argument. If they've got good counter arguments, they could level them against her. There could be explicit criticism with her analysis, but it's not even criticized. It's ignored. And I think it was Mahatma Gandhi who said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, and then they take you seriously. We're still at the stage where the people who are bold enough to make serious analysis of our problems, to look into the mirror of the South African dilemma and say, what do we do about this, are not even being laughed at yet. We're still being ignored. And I think that the time is ticking. And the problem with anyone who thinks Ramaphosa there's a long-term strategy here for pulling us out is that we don't have a long-term allowance to make the changes that we need to make.